Well, the latest food price report from Dalhousie University says the average family's food bill will go up by about $1,000 this year. One of the key drivers is the soaring price of beef, jumping 23% last year compared to the 5-year average. Here to help us kind of tackle this with meat costs, home economist Jodie Kachkar. Jodie, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
So let's give this into context. We're going to talk about stretching your meat budget here, but first let's show people sort of where prices are at. So we have a graphic here for ground beef, ground chicken, and ground pork. So beef will cost you anywhere from about $6 to $10 for about a pound. Ground chicken, $2.50 to about $8, and then ground pork, about $5.78 per pound. So that's a lot of money when you're trying to feed a family. So when you talk about stretching your meat, how do you do this? How do you achieve this?
So what I'm suggesting that you take your pound of ground beef and divide it in half, or even like sort of 2/3 and 1/3, and then sub in something else.
Okay.
And so I've got a few options of what that something else could be.
Okay.
So tofu, excellent choice. And actually in Japanese cooking, ground tofu or shredded tofu is often put into ground meat and acted as a binder for things like meatballs and meat patties and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
You also very inexpensive. This
Yes.
is a pretty cheap protein. You could also do cooked green or brown lentils. They hold their shape better and don't get quite as mushy. So not bad.
Yep.
Or you could do grated carrot.
Which is what you were doing
which
here.
Which is what I was doing here for the shot.
So while you're doing that, showing the grated carrots, let's just give people the price comparison, because all of those options, after we showed you the meat, all of them per pound, under $3,
Yeah.
sometimes well under $3. So you're not replacing the meat, you're just sort of supplementing things.
Absolutely. It's a stretch, and in what I prepared for today, like some of these stretches work better in some sort of recipes than others.
Okay.
So I would, it really can depend.
Now, grating carrots, that's pretty easy. You grate those, you mix those in. You just, for anything like the ground beef and that sort of thing, you just kind of cook it with the carrots?
Absolutely, as raw. So you take your ground meat and you grate up your carrot and you add your carrot right into it.
Okay. Now, lentils, they make me a little bit more nervous because I don't know as much about them. What's your approach to mixing those in?
So these, you need to cook a little bit first, especially these green lentils, because they take a little bit longer to cook, and you simply rinse them and boil them until tender. And then I'd add them into my raw meat and carry on with my recipe.
Okay, that sounds good. And then tofu. Pretty straightforward, but some people just don't know what to do with tofu.
Well, yeah, probably everybody has a bad tofu story,
Sure.
right? So if most people, it's the texture of tofu that really kind of turns them off. If you freeze firm tofu, it turns it into something that's a little bit more chewy and a little less squishy.
Okay.
Often that's better received. So I buy it and freeze it, and then I thawed it and grated it, and then cook it with the raw meat.
Okay. That goes. And that saves you money, because we've done the math here on you. If you're going to do this, the sub-in cost savings can save you from $1.40 all the way almost up to $4.50 for your ground meat. You extrapolate that over your grocery bill, you're going to save some money this way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good stuff. Very easy to do. Just takes a little bit of planning at the grocery store. And not that much prep. This is pretty quick.
No, this was not a lot of prep, for sure. And tofu, not terrible. Really not terrible.
we're championing the tofu this morning. Jodie, thanks so much for joining us this morning. For instructions on the meat sub-ins and a recipe for tofu meat sub-in options, you'll be able to find those, plus the interview on our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca.